my shoes, my toes are busted. My kitchen says my bread is molded. I got a good job at the dollar store. 1 foot in the hole, 1 foot getting deeper with a broken mirror and a blown out speaker. And I ain't got much else to lose. I'm faded, back busted, been jaded, I've been dusted. I know that I've seen better days. 1 foot in the hole, 1 foot getting deeper. Crank it to 11, blow another speaker and I ain't got much to lose. 'Cause I've seen better days. I've been the star of middle place. I've seen better days.
So, where do I even begin with this? Well, first and foremost, if you haven't been around since the beginning, then good for you. But to any madman that's actually stuck around since the early days of this channel, you would know that when I first started, I focused on making jailbreak videos for a solid 8-month span. Well, to be specific, from March 18th of 2020 till November 30th of that same year. Any viewer back then would know that after my video about RB battles, I would take an entire year-long hiatus from making any sort of videos on the channel and Jailbreak as a whole. At the time when I left, I was in the process of making a video about today's topic, but I never got around to it due to IRL stuff, burnout, and a specific little dickhead who made it his life's mission for a solid 2 months to boot me offline every chance he got. Thanks a lot, you piece of shit. I hope you suffer. Damn, I got a little bit heated there for a sec. Back to our content here. It's safe to say that at that point I couldn't be bothered finishing the video, let alone starting it back up. And when you combine all that bullfuckery and put it into one melting pot, and then sprinkle in the fact that after 3 straight years of playing Jailbreak and nothing else, I lost my feeling of enjoyment with that game. And that's why I went on an entire 1.5 year long rampage of nothing else but YBA videos with a small dash of Wild West videos. Now, while I did try to make a comeback to Jailbreak, it was very short-lived, and I think I only made like 1 video / trailer and nothing else. And to this day, until I upload this video, that is my last Jailbreak video I posted. Now, the question you may be wondering, why did you decide to come back with this video? And there's 2 reasons really. One is that about 2 months ago, and almost 3 now, I posted a community poll asking what should I work on next. At the time, all of 5 people voted. That resulted in me doing my Hierophant Green video first, then my probably one and only Bloxfruit video I'm ever gonna post, cause fuck that noise. And that pretty much left me with just this scrapped video idea from way back when. And the second reason would be, well, for shits and giggles. While at the same time pseudo book closing that era of my channel by making one last video about the game before I decide to completely fuck off for the foreseeable future. But that's a discussion for the end of the video, so let's just talk about this bike instead.
Feelings. You put me down with a stick. You got that safety grip. You know me like you know ice on a fire.
Jailbreak in 2023 has a combined total of 51 vehicles you can buy. That isn't including the stuff that are locked behind paywalls or was removed from the game to give traders higher egos for collecting a bunch of useless polygons. Out of the 51 available, only 4 of those are bikes. And of the 4, only 1 of them holds a special place in my heart for the many good memories I have of the game, the Patrol. The Patrol is, by its own nature, a starter vehicle. I would dare say it is one of, if not, the best starter vehicles in current day. And this is coming from the guy that was a dick rider for the Camaro back in the day. Patrol is relatively cheap, currently only costing $45k, which considering most in-game means of transportation can empty a black hole into your pockets, really says something. I mean, fucking $5k for a singular private jet ride. is a crime to the game itself. Let me tell you something. I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but whenever I hopped into the game once a blue moon, I tend to find myself exclusively driving this bike. Now, if it's because I'm most familiar with it in game nowadays, or I'm just some in-game boomer who's stuck in the past, is up for debate. However, one thing that this bike has given me that I haven't had in game for a long time is a legitimately fun experience. I'm not sure what it is, but for some mind-boggling reason, whenever I just cruise around the map on this thing, it's like time in the real world goes like 5 times faster. Hell, while I'm recording the footage for this video, I found that I had played for 4 fucking hours. And that is probably like 3 times the amount of playtime I've had in the last 3 years alone. Somehow, some way, this absolute clusterfuck of a vehicle actually brings a smile to my face, and I love it. Now, I won't be shy in admitting that I think this is probably one of the best starter vehicles to have in game. Now, while in current day, the only place it spawns is this rinky-dink spot behind the visitor section of the prison, once you get your hands on it, you've practically won the game right then and there. When it comes to looking for a decent way to get around the map without having to put a down payment on $1 million fucking USB stick, this is, dare I say, the best thing for you newbie drivers when it comes to a bike. This thing has some of the best stats when it comes to having reliable speed and handling. When it comes to push-off speed and acceleration, and hell, even driving backwards, this thing is just fucking got it, bro. When it comes to the speed, it's kind of debatable due to it only having like a max speed of 145. But when most vehicles nowadays can just consistently and constantly break the 200 barrier, at that point, I really don't give a fucking shit. Either way, you get caught or you don't. So it is what it is. But let me tell you something, that turning speed ain't no joke. It's probably one of the best vehicles to have for making sharp turns. You would think it would be very terrible for off-roading, but you'd be surprised actually. I was genuinely shocked at how well this thing does on most terrains, even when it's like ice on the ground during the winter events. And sure, when it comes to doing try-hard stunt jumping or racing with your friends, it doesn't really come up to par with most things, but like I said, this is the best option when it comes to quick, cheap, and simple transportation. It might not be flashy, but I would be a liar if I didn't say that it was consistent. When it comes to overall style points, I gotta admit, the Patrol is visibly old in age, and while yeah, it was good for the time when it was at its prime, there's a reason why most players don't use it as often. Most people nowadays are either in a shiny, overly tricked out sports car, or they're on the Trader Island trying to scam people out of said shiny, tricked out sports car. But if you know me, then you know I'm not exactly big on trading, especially since the game started prioritizing updates specifically to that trading. So excuse me when I say that I'd much rather stick with a simple vaporwave pattern that I've been using since 2019 over the stuff that gets added nowadays, with the exception of the Falcon, which I think looks pretty nice, but I just haven't bought. Back in the day, the small number of people that watch me would probably say that I'm just a dick rider for the things I talk about. Some people nowadays might end up telling me that I'm glazing the Patrol and that I should stop being stubborn and get used to the new stuff. But honestly, I really couldn't care. While some of the newer stuff definitely is eye-catching and, dare I say, looks fun, I still need to cop that tank, by the way. It's kind of hard for me to get back into the swing of things when most of the fun stuff costs a shit ton of money and grinding time. And I have a full-time job, going to school. I just don't have time to sit on the game for hours and hours of my life trying to get one thing. The Patrol has treated me quite well over the course of my time. And honestly, I couldn't be more honest about that fact. I think the Patrol will forever be one of, if not my favorite vehicles in this game. You know, over the last 2 years, I wasn't shy in admitting that Jailbreak has become progressively unfun for me to play. It certainly didn't help that the developers at the time of my last video decided to dive headfirst into the whole trading concept, which just wasn't my cup of tea. But after sitting here for God knows how long making this video, I started to realize that the main reason why I wasn't having fun was mostly due to me doing nothing but playing the game for 3 years straight before anything else. And we topped that off with all my friends from back then quitting the game and Roblox altogether. Then that just left me, myself, and I alone in a private server with my dick in my hands doing absolutely fuck all. While yeah, I could join the insanity that is a public server, you have to remember this is technically a kid's game, so most lobbies are dominated by a bunch of mouth-breathing second graders who can still outclass me because they have a consistent stream of stolen money from mommy's credit card. And when I do play public lobbies occasionally, the chat is more than likely always turned off for me because, again, fuck that noise. Will I still play Jailbreak? I mean, sure, in like short bursts on my own, but I don't really have plans going balls to the walls and starting like dropping video after video like I did with Attack on Titan Freedom War, because Jailbreak just fundamentally does not hit the same for me anymore. I still play it casually when I want to get a brief dopium of fucking nostalgia, like when I see the new stuff that gets added and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll hop on for like a quick sec. But my days of non-stop grind are more than likely over. Now, will this be my last Jailbreak video? Time will only tell. I've pretty much gotten everything I wanted to talk about this game off my chest. I'm not opposed to the idea of making Jailbreak videos again. It's just that I don't exactly want to spend a week on something that will ultimately get like five views from people that still even bother to care. All I can say is that if I see something that I think is super fun, I'll consider making a video on it. But that's all my piece. I have nothing else to really add to this video, and if I keep going on any longer, this is going to devolve into me talking about Beyblades. So yeah, enjoy your last 2 months of the year. I might not upload again till like Christmas, but it is what it is. Peace out.